stroke, started out of nowhere. A different stroke, started out of nowhere. A different stroke, started out of nowhere.
Welcome to A Different Stroke, where each stroke tells a different story. I'm Eric, stroke survivor. Today I would like to talk about grief and depression. Similar but different. To me, I relate grief as a form of anger. I relate depression with a form of disappointment. That's just how I look at it. That's the way I process it. Some days I'm angry. I'm angry about this whole process. Don't mean I'm depressed, but I'm just angry. The process of this. I'm more or less angry because I try to figure out what's next. Like I said in another video, and for a fact, I'd like to thank the 2 or 3 people that watch my video because it keep me going forward. But I was an over the road truck driver and I provide a decent living for me and my family. Being a provider released some form of dopamine to me. I actually enjoy doing that, being a provider. Early part of my stroke, it's like I kept trying to process what I'm going to do now that's going to provide for my family. What I'm going to do next? I probably will not be able to drive trucks again because it was such a physical job, which maybe was some of the main reason I had high blood pressure. Because before I started driving over the road, I didn't have high blood pressure. But driving over the road, it gave me a sense of high blood pressure. My blood pressure, I couldn't contain it. It stayed elevated. So I went down the rabbit hole of what's next for me. Grief kicked in. Now, grief did lead to depression for the simple fact that I was angry at first. I was angry like, what I'm going to do now? I let my family down and all that because I stopped taking my medicine. And see, my stroke could have been prevented, but I stopped taking my medicine. So I got angry about that. Like, it was on me. I let my family down. Because of that, I let my wife down, let my kids down. Because of that. Like, so I scratched my head and wondered, like, what's next? So I had to come to the realization of, well, let me just say this. Let me clarify this. Being able to go to therapy, being able to go to counseling, and have a therapist, tell them how to sit through and talk, is that they give the tools that you kind of need, and you kind of understand when you need to pull them out, when you need to use those tools that they give you. But one of the things they told me is that being a truck driver is what I did. It wasn't who I was as a person. So I could still be a provider and maybe not be monetary. It might just be knowledge and sharing my experience, sharing my journey. Maybe that might give me more fulfillment than money. So that's the journey that I'm on now. To kind of, and she also told me to learn how to accept the things I can't change. I can't go back and do nothing different. So why would I keep letting that bother me? I can't change back. All I can do now is pick up the pieces and move forward. The tools they gave me in therapy, it helped me when I get to those days that I am angry. And when I get those days, I am depressed. I heard somebody say that cows and buffalo do 2 different things. It kind of stuck out to me. It meant a lot to me. It's that they say cows, when they sense a storm, they turn and run away from the storm. They try to outrun the storm. In turns, the storm catches up to them, but they stay in the storm so longer now because they are going in the same direction as the storm. A buffalo turn and face the storm and run through it. They run through the storm so the storm will pass faster. The moral of the story is sometimes you got to meet your challenges head on. Face on, turn around and face them. Don't try to outrun it. Just deal with it. So those are the tools that I use when I'm depressed or when I'm angry, when I'm dealing with grief or depression. So that's all I try to about these videos. That's what the whole moral of the story is that giving you the tools, because when the grief and the depression come, which they will, how do you handle it? How do you pivot from that? How do you pick up because I also read a quote that said, accept, accept, adjust, and move forward. Those to me are the key to life. Because whatever life throws at you, you have to accept it first, make the adjustment, and move forward. Because we know that grief and depression is a real thing, especially in the stroke recovery thing. Most people think just because the stroke part, you're in the recovery phase, is that the grief and depression is not a factor no more. And to me, the grief and depression is the biggest part of the recovery. It's the biggest part of the recovery. Because it seems like that never goes nowhere. It's like because you probably not never be 100% again. So you're dealing with a constant reminder of who you used to be versus who you is today. That take a lot to deal with. So I advise anybody that's dealing with this, get some counseling and kind of get the tools you need so when they do occur, you know how to handle it. So the whole message of that is that whether it's grief or whether it's depression, how you gonna deal with it? Accept it, adjust, and move forward. I like to always lead with a positive perspective. The positive perspective is worry don't take away tomorrow's troubles, but it do take away today's peace. Stay optimistic, survivors.
It's happening to younger people. Happening to younger people. It's happening to younger people. Happening to younger people. The road to recovery is different for everyone. A different stroke. The road to recovery is different for everyone. A different stroke. The road to recovery is different for everyone. A different stroke. The road to recovery is different for everyone. A different stroke.